Hi guys, good evening everyone. Sorry for the audio is not audible. Now is it audible guys? Good evening everyone. Got it, got it. Internship half of the project has been done, Vishnu. Now is it audible guys? My voice is it audible? Yeah, good evening Priya, Atharva. Good evening Suresh Kumar. So how are you guys? How are you guys? How was your weekend? Thank you, Namrata, Narmata. Thank you, Prashant and Bola. Yeah, Sarvesh. Hi, good evening. I am fine. Thank you for asking. Okay, guys. So, what we did in the last session, the last session we completed our backend, correct? So, did you get any like 10-15% of the idea of how the backend is working and how we have to write the backend with the database management? Did you get the idea? Yes or no? So, if you get the idea, then we can start our writing front end, guys. Fine. So we can start installation of the front end and whatever it is needed to write in the front end. That all things we need to do actually. So shall we start writing the front end, guys? Doing the front end part. Okay. Before moving to the front end part, fine. I want to make something clear for you. Okay. How is the architecture? Fine. How is the architecture? What we are using and all those things. I need to make it confirm with you. Fine. So we'll start. So if I write eraser.io, hope that it has not closed or not logged out. Fine. So just 1 second, it will load. Search portion, it is done in front end, I guess. No. Actually, the search is in API call now directly. If you remember, we have written one API call for searching as a tag. Actually, now here in this music player app, you have don't have to search it like a music or music name you are searching. It's not like that, Pragadish. Here you have to search for the playlist. Actually, suppose I will log in. Fine. If I log in, okay. So let me check is it logging in or not. Fine. Just 1 second. It will take a little bit time. Hmm. So it has been logged in. Okay. So in the search over here, now, like you should, if you write like this, sorry, Pushpa 2 songs, like this, it is not going to search. Fine. You have to write actually the playlist. Fine. This is giving you actually playlist, not giving you Bollywood, Hollywood songs like this. So if you write push, it's fine. So you write push. See, some songs are coming according to the push. Okay, so that's why. So that is written actually in. See here. API call we have done. We have written API songs play by the tag push. Fine. So backend only it is. Fine. Understood, Pragadish? Submission, wait, let me first finish it. Then we will tell you to submit. First, let's finish the project now. Okay. So see here, guys. If I build, this is what our application, correct? Fine. This is what our application, correct? This application, if I write a line, if I draw a line over here, fine. Okay. And then one more line over here. And actually, fine. So over here, this is what I'm calling it as sidebar. Fine. So our UI I have divided over like this. Sidebar. Fine. Sidebar. This is what main area. Fine. This is what our main area. And this is what our footer. Fine. This is what our footer. So this is how we have divided this particular application, as you can see over here. And if I close this, you can see left is the sidebar. This is our main area, and the footer is where the song is being played. Footer is where the song has been played. So like this, we have divided over here. Fine. Okay. If I just 1 second. If I show you with the help of Epic Pen, yeah. So see here, if I choose one line to draw, so this is our sidebar. Okay. This over here is our footer. Fine. So this is if I write over here, sidebar, main area, fine, and then this is what footer. Okay, guys, understood over here. Okay. And then what are the technologies we are using over here? So first of all, the CSS, actually the CSS has been done with the Tailwind CSS. Fine. Tailwind CSS, fine, version 3. Okay, that's what I was testing at the starting of the class. So Tailwind CSS version 3, fine. Then we are using React router DOM for routing, for making pages, fine, for making pages. So we are using React router DOM, fine. Pages means over here you see this. If you go for the search one, okay, it is a pop-up again. Login pop-up is coming now, so you can log in over here. If you go to the my favorites, or okay, if you go over here, okay, this is also a pop-up. I think everything is on pop-up. Fine. So routing we will decide it with the React router DOM. Okay. Then state management, guys. Global state management. Global state management with Redux dev tool. Sorry, React Redux toolkit. Fine. Redux toolkit. Okay. Then what else? Then we will see. Fine. And then API calls we will use instead of fetch. There is a good option. Instead of fetch, there is a very good option to use, that is Axios. So Axios we will use over here. Fine. And these things will help us to complete our front end application. So let's start building our front end application, correct? So we'll close this, close everything over here. Fine. And what we will do, we'll go to the full stack. Okay. Do one thing, go to the front end, open an integrated terminal. Fine. npm I create wheat @latest. Fine. Okay, something. Sorry, my bad. One thing, npm I, it will not be I. You can uninstall this. Fine, you can uninstall this, guys. Okay, do one thing. Let's delete this particular project. I wrote it by mistake. Delete permanently. Okay. Fine. And now right click, create a new folder over here, and that is called as front end. Fine. front end, and backend right click, open an integrated terminal, and here I'll write npm create vite at the rate latest. Now I've written correctly. Yes. So project name will be dot forward slash React. Okay. JavaScript. No. Yes. Installing. Krishna Kumar Yadav, you can start watching in YouTube if you want to see it from the start. Okay, done guys. As you can see in the front end, it will be running. So in the localhost 5173, if I go, so here it should be working fine. So this you can see the app is working. Okay, let's do some installation over here now, so that we should not like every time we should open npm and we should not install. So whatever we told, like what are the new what are the packages you are going to add so that it will help us in the front end development, those packages, let's install those packages. Okay, let's first of all install those packages over here. So I'll write npm I fine react redux react dash redux fine. Then at the rate space you give space redux fine redux js forward slash toolkit fine forward slash toolkit axios you can write react icons you can write because for the icons we are using, and then validator fine, and then validator, and then one more thing you can write is react router dash dom. Okay, react router dom. Please these things you need to install it fine. So npm I react redux, and make sure that you are in the front end, not backend. Make sure you are outside of the backend, guys. npm I react redux at the rate redux.js toolkit axios react icons validators and react router dom. Press enter. Fine. So as you can go in the front end, guys, in the package.json, if you check once, you can see all those things are there. Redux JS toolkit, React, fine, React DOM, React icons, React Redux, React router DOM, and validators. Now we want to install Tailwind. Now, guys, please see, look over here. Okay. Acha. Before looking over here, please install it. Please install these things. No need for React and React DOM. No need for this. Other than React and React DOM, whatever is needed, please install it. And then tell me whether you are installed or not. Then we will start the Tailwind CSS installation. Done, guys? Done? Okay, okay. I guess most of you have done. Fine, nice. Then, sir, can we use Material UI for styling your React frontend or Tailwind only? You can use a Material UI, but you should know all those things. Okay, you should know all the component the Material UI is giving to you, and yes, you can use anything because you see, we are just like I told you, na, you can use any UI. Fine, any UI. Just the functionality should be same. Okay. Yes, this is the first lecture of the front end. Okay, front end. Yes. So that's why we are done doing installations and the stuff. Okay. Now let's hit for the Tailwind CSS, guys. Fine. Installation of the Tailwind CSS. See, let's go to the Tailwind CSS, and we are not installing Tailwind CSS 4.1. What we are installing is the Tailwind CSS 3.4, like a downgrade. We are installing it. Why? Because we are familiar with this, so we tend to use this. Okay, right now. Now in the next project or whatever the project you are going to do, that there you can use 4.1. No issues. Fine. So we'll go to the docs. Fine, documentation. In the docs, we have the framework guide. If you click on the framework guide, somewhere you will find a wheat. Fine, somewhere you will find wheat. There you have to go, and these are the steps that you have to follow to install the Tailwind CSS with the wheat. Fine, with the wheat, or you can directly Google search it. Install Tailwind CSS with wheat in the version 3. So make sure that you have a 3.4.17 version. Fine. Make sure that you have 3.4.17 version. Now let's from the second step, because first step we have done npm create wheat at the latest project and all. Second step, copy this whole thing. Fine. Copy this whole thing and go to your project. Fine. Go to your project front end, control V. Both of them you can in the same, you can paste it. Fine. So what will happen? First, it will run npm install tailwind css post css and auto prefixer, and then it will npx, means it will create some files for you. Automatically, everything will be done. Fine. So you can see post config.js, one file has been created, and tailwind config.js, another file. Two files have been created for you. Two files have been created for you. One is post css config.js file and tailwind config.js file. Okay. After that it is telling that please write this line or copy this line inside my tailwind config.js. So what you should do, you should copy everything over here. Go to your tailwind config.js file. Fine. Tailwind config.js file. Remove and write everything like this. Fine. Write everything like this. Okay. What is the next step? Next step, it is telling in the index.css. Fine. Index.css, we have to write tailwind base, tailwind components, and tailwind utilities. Fine. So what I will do is that I will go to my app.css. You can write it in app.css, index.css, anywhere you like. Fine. So here I will go. Okay. And delete everything and control V. Okay, delete everything, control V. These three things should be there. In the index.css, you can remove actually. You can delete this index.css. No need for now. Only app.css is enough for you. Okay. Then the next step, we'll go to the next step. Then it is telling npm run dev, and you can check whether it is working or not. So I will write in the app.jsx, I will remove these things, React logo, use state and everything. Fine, only app.css will be there. This I will remove. Okay. And everything else I will remove. Okay, let's remove that also. Then it is telling me just to check this one. So copy this, control C, and over here, control V. Fine. Or what we can do is that we can copy the whole thing over here. Okay. You don't need this. No need of this. Fine. Okay. Fine. Let's see over here whether it is working or not. So I'll write localhost 5173. Refresh it. Fine. I think it is not working. Okay, we have not started it. Npm run dev. Okay, so do one thing. In the index.main.jsx, guys, we have one file called this one, index.css, that you can remove it. For now, you can remove it. So you can see hello world with a underlined text and everything, it is coming. Fine. So inspect, and if we go for the console, we don't have any error till now. So it is working. So we have actually done the installation. Yes, for that only we have written the Tailwind CSS. So we have written in app.css, so you can remove index.css, and from the main file also you can remove index.css. Please follow the steps, guys. Please follow the steps on the Tailwind CSS, everyone. I think done. It is done. Have you linked the Tailwind CSS with your project, guys? See, everything you can check over here in the package.json, Tailwind CSS 3.4.19, post CSS 8.5.6, and everything is there. Done. Nice. Okay, fine. So tomorrow I will give you all the configuration and all of this particular project and everything. Fine. Today is the installation session and all. Okay. Now what we will do is that we will now write the global state management. See, once what will happen, see, now I've taken over here a different approach to teach you. What we will do, ki first we will get the idea of how the data is coming. Okay, first we will get the idea of how the data is coming. We can build the component over that. If we all know that, fine, we all know that the how data is coming obviously from the APIs. Correct. From the APIs, how the postman was working. The postman was working, it was working just like a front end only. That was correct. Fine. So now in the front end, first of all, we will do a global management system. Global management means we'll write first of all Redux. Fine. With the Redux, in the Redux, how the data is being kept and how the data has been manipulated and all those things. Once we learn that, then on top of that, we will build our component. Fine. So as you know that I have only given the introduction of the Redux, but we have not done it. So now it's time to start writing it. How to write a Redux? What will it will help with you? Fine. What it will help? It will help to centralize all the data which is coming from the backend to in the organized way in the front end. And from the front end, whoever component needed any kind of data, they can take that data from the central or from the global state management. If you want to update something, you can directly update inside the global state management. That's the beauty of Redux over here. Fine. So I'll open the Redux toolkit actually documentation. Redux toolkit documentation. Fine. If I open Redux toolkit documentation over here, you see installation and all it is giving me. Fine. Uh, See over here, what I told you with the Redux toolkit, what is happening? There is a slice. Fine, there is a slice over there. Then we have a store. Okay, then we have a store if you remember, and then we have reducers and action. Correct? Correct. So the action part is actually written as a slice only. Fine. So what will happen over here, that something in the store needs to be updated and something in the store needs to be notified that these changes has been done. So what will you do? You'll call an API. See, now listen over here carefully how we are going to do. Now from the backend, whatever the response is coming, correct, whatever the from the backend, whatever the response is coming, we are going to keep that inside our store. Now inside our store, it is not like that you go and throw everything. It's not your cupboard. Fine. Whatever you felt the cloth, whatever the cloth you want to wear, you wear it and then keep it as it is. It's not like that. Everything should be done in an organized way. Like in your cupboard, for your socks there is some another shelf, for your shirts there is some another shelf, for your pant there is some another shelf, or maybe partition between two. So everything is what in organized way it has been kept. I know most of you might not have their own shelf. You're telling I am keeping my clothes in my mother's shelf only. It's okay, fine. But those are organized shelf, correct? So like that only, we have also to add all the responses inside our Redux self, and that too in an organized way. So that organized way, how we have to write that, writing of that organized way helps what slice is helping us to write that. Understood? To write that, slice is helping us. Reducer in the other hand, what it will help you, to give the data to the component, or to take the data out of the component, to do some activity on the shelf, that reducer is helping us. Fine, because you see, if I tell you to bring me this color shirt, so what you will do, you will go to the shelf, or go to the almirah, or go to the cupboard. Fine, and then you will take out that shirt and give it to me. Is this is the process, correct? So this is what reducer is taking care of. This functionality reducer is taking care of, and store only storing the data. Fine. So let's see how to write it actually. Fine. Let's see how to write it. You see over here, we have an initial state first of all, and then reducers are there. Now increment is one function, decrement is one function, and increment by amount is another function. So this is what functions. Functions means just like I told you to bring me a black color shirt. That is a function, correct? So these function is taken care by reducers over here. Fine, reducer over here. And this whole thing one is called what? Slice. Means it is a counter slice. So it is only managing counters, or it is only managing shirts. That's what you can tell. So like suppose you have two brothers. Fine. For one you are telling you manage shirt, so another you are telling you manage pants. Fine. And then you are giving command to one of your brother that go bring me a black color shirt, and the other one you're telling go bring me a blue color pant. Fine. So they both will go to their slices. One will go to the shirt compartment, another will go to the pant compartment, and they will bring out that data, or that shirt and pant what you needed. So that's how we are writing over here. So slice is again one area. Means if we are writing authentication, there will be one slice where we will write our all authentication. Fine. And then sign in is one functionality which is taken care by reducers. Okay, understood guys? Okay. For first thing, and why initial state is written, because see, store needs some data to be kept. So we are keeping initial state values. Suppose you have written a value 0, value null, value undefined. Those kind of data, whatever the reducers are going to take care, or whatever the slices are going to take care, first of all, there should in the store there should be an initial value. Then reducers are helping to update those initial values, and then the state change. Fine. Then the state is getting changed. Understood the story? It means like in the shelf you have a compartment for pant, but you don't have any pants. Or you have a compartment for tie, but you don't have any tie. But once you buy a tie, you will keep it there only. It's like that. So that's what I will tell you about the initial state. Understood? Understood, guys? No. Fine. Let's write it and then let's make the confusion clear. So what I will do is that I'll go and in the full stack music player front end inside src, fine, inside src I'm going to create one folder, that is new folder, that is called redux. Fine, new folder called redux. In this new folder, guys, we are going to in this new folder we are going to create one more folder, new folder called slices. Fine. Slices means suppose shirt and pant. Just for now, you suppose that shirt and pant. And then we have to write an almirah or we have to write in cupboard, correct? So new file over here, I can write store.js. Fine. Store.js. This is your almirah. This is your cupboard over here. Fine. So how to write a cupboard over here? You see everyone. So import, fine, configure store, configure store a from @redux toolkit. Fine, redux toolkit. Okay, then you have to write const store. Fine, you are creating a cupboard is equal to configure store. Fine, configure store, and over here it will have reducer. Fine, it will have what? Reducer, which will do some things. Fine. Now in your cupboard, nothing is there. Fine, you have bought a new cupboard. You have created a new cupboard over here. Okay, and then export default, not debugger, default store. Understood? New cupboard this is. You have done nothing right now. New cupboard you have purchased. Okay, now let's start adding pants or shirts, whatever we can do. Okay, so let's start adding. So I will write new file, and this one will be auth slice. Fine, auth slice dot js. Now guys, whatever the response it will come, no, we have to keep it over here. Fine, so I will write import create slice. Fine, create slice from Redux.js toolkit. Okay, now we have to give an initial compartment for your shirts to be kept. You have to like keep a initial compartment. No, it maybe your older shirts can be there. Maybe your older shirts can be there. Fine. So let's create that. So const initial state is equal to curly bracket. Now guys, if you think a little, what things we are getting when we in the response we are getting when we are signing up or logging in, basically when we want to do an authentication. So what is the response you are getting? Think. So are you getting the user information? Yes or no? Yes, you are getting the user information. For now it is null because now we don't have user, correct? Then are you getting the token? Are you getting the token? Yes, you are also getting the token. Token will be in the local storage. Fine, take the help of local storage dot get item. Fine, get item, and then you write token. Fine, or null. Means if in the local storage token is there, you take it, otherwise null. Okay, then you have to check whether is authenticated or not. We have to check whether you are authenticated or not. So the first time when the website is loaded, whether you are authenticated or not, yes or no, false, guys. First time, very first time you have opened your website, what will happen? false, obviously false, correct? So false it will. Okay, then is loading. Suppose the response it is taking time to come, so that time what I will do, I will make it what is loading true. Fine. And then error. Error to make it centralized. Okay, make it centralized. So this is what you have written, your initial state. User token is whether you are authenticated or not. If you are authenticated, I don't want you to again log in. That's for that only we have written is authenticated or not. And if you click on the sign up button, up to that, up to when you will get the response, it will take time, correct? By that time what I will do, I'll make the loading true. Like this only we will write. Fine. Now you have decided which in the cupboard which one has what role, or which or one shelf how many what you call distinguish you will do. In one shelf how many distinguish you will do, that you have decided, correct? Now it's time to write functionality, that on these shelves what can be the functionality, correct? If you think, imagine only the cupboard shelf. Fine, cupboard over here, what can be the functionality? The functionality can be someone can come over here, someone can take the data out of it. That is one functionality is over here. Okay, so if we take that data out of there, then what effect has been, what effect will be there for other, like token is authenticated, is loading, what will be the effect on that? So those kind of responses or those kinds of features, functionality we will write. Fine. So see here, const auth slice. Slice. Fine. Is equal to create slice. Fine. Create slice. Over here, we'll write the name. The shelf name is what? Auth. Fine. The self name is what? First of all, you'll show them the initial state. This is what I have. Fine. Then you'll write reducers. You have to write what can be the functionalities can happen inside that. So that will help by the reducers. Fine. Okay. So over here you see. See, so these reducers, this functionalities we are writing now, increment, decrement, increment by amount. So they have one state. Actually, they have two parameters, state and action. State contains your initial data. And action, what action you are taking? Suppose you are you are increasing it, increasing an amount. That is an action where you are increasing the amount. So if you have the initial state, if you have the initial value, suppose your value is now 0. On that, what action you have done? Means 0 plus 10. So outcome is what? 10. Fine. So on the initial state, you are taking some action, then giving you the outcome over here inside your reducers. Fine. Inside your reducers. Okay. Fine. So the first reducer is to keep the loading content true when we are clicking on the APIs, or when we are clicking on the sign up button, login button, logout button, like that. Or it is taking time to fetch the data. That time we have to do the loading state true. Fine. So over here, first of all, we'll write set loading state during API calls. Fine. So it will be what? Login, register, and fetch user. This time what will happen? We will make the loading state true. Fine. So I'll write the functionality of set loading. Fine. I will write the functionality of set loading which has only two parameters, state and action. Fine. State and action over here. The only two parameters are there. Okay. Now, if I write the state, now state is representing this initial state, guys. All of this. State dot is loading. Fine. What should I make? What should I make? Suppose if it is false, make it true. If it is true, make it what? False. So action dot payload. Whatever the payload is coming, on basis of that, we will write the loading state true or loading state false. Fine. And then what I have to do? I will write state. Fine. State dot error. Fine. Now there should be no error, so I'll keep it as null. State representing the state values, the store values, or the initial values. Are you able to understand, guys, how to write over here? Please, YouTube public, can you tell me whether you are able to understand or not? Okay, now I'm giving you one scenario. Now what you have to do is that you have to update this user data. Correct. We have to update this user data. Now tell me, guys, what is the condition, or when the user data will get updated? When the user data will get updated? Tell me. What will be the condition? The user data will be getting updated. See, we are handling response over here. So when you will get in the response you will get the user data, guys, tell me. You go check your backend APIs, check and let me know. Yes, correct, Atharva. Yes, correct, Atharva. When you will sign up. Yes, correct, Tara. When authenticated or the token you are getting. Very good. When you will sign up, when something is authenticated means you are logged in. Correct. One more time. One more API is remaining. Two things you told, correct? Login and sign up. One more time. When you will get the data. Yes, Atharva. Very good. When you want to fetch the user. Very good. When you want to fetch the user, for the protected route. If you remember, guys, we have written a protected route. Protected route, what it is doing, it is always fetching the user and it is returning us a user data. Correct. It is returning us an user data. Songs will fetch. Now songs, Atharva, is a separate shelf. This is only for the authentication slice. This is only one shelf where you are managing your pant, shirt, handkerchiefs, belts, and all like that. Those things. Okay. Songs is an another shelf, another slice. It will be not in this. We are not going to match over here. Okay. So yes, very good. So next reducers. Next reducer, what I'm going to write is that when we want to get the user. Okay. So in the reducer only, see here set loading we have written. Now in the reducer only we will write set user. Fine, just like a key and value pair you have to write, because reducers over here is an object. Just like a key and value pairs you have to write. Then again state, only two things it is expecting, state comma action. Fine. Action will contain the data which is coming from the response. Understood? Action actually have one thing called payload, one key called payload. Action again is an object. It has one key called payload. See here, payload and type. Two things only it will be there. Okay, two things only it will be there, payload and type. Payload will have your response. Understood? Payload will have your response. Okay, so over here, let me just write it. Set user after successful login, register, and fetch user. Fine. And let's also, and if you remember guys, we are getting token, yes or no? In the sign up and login, we are getting token, yes or no guys? Yes, we are getting the tokens. So those tokens I will save it inside my local storage. Okay, I will save it inside my local storage, that token. So let's do that. Okay. Also stores token in local storage for persistence. Okay, fine. Now over here you see the state has user token is authenticated, is loading, error. See, whatever we have written, this only has the state, means initial values. Fine. So you understood? Okay. Now see, state dot user will be what? Can I write action dot payload dot user? Can I write like this? See why I'm writing like this. Let's go to the postman. Let's take the example over here. This will make you more clearer. Hello. Let's go to login. Correct guys, let's go to login. Now see here response. Correct. Send it. Okay. Sorry, we have not connected the backend now. So let's connect the backend. Actually, we have not connected the backend. My bad. So what do you have to do? Split the terminal. Fine. When you split the terminal, it is again coming front end. You have to go to the backend. So cd double dot, fine, and cd backend you have to write. Okay. So here you will get the, you will go to the backend. Correct. You will go to the backend. Okay. Now what you have to do? npm run development, that you have to do. Fine. So you'll see that it is server is running on the port 5000. Very good. Okay. Now send it. Now guys, tell me what you are getting. Message user token. Message user token. That's what I have written now. Inside the, sorry. That's what I have written. Action.payload. What it is, payload is giving you response. In the payload, we have what? User. That's what I have written. So this one, you keep it inside this user. Are you able to understand? Are you able to correlate now? Are you able to correlate now? Okay. Now state dot token is equal to what should I write? You tell. See the response. Sorry. See the response over here and tell me what should I write? What should I write over here? Tell me, everyone. From YouTube, please. Anyone? Thank you, Atharva. Anybody willing to answer from the YouTube department? Wrong, Tara, wrong. Something you are missing, Tara. Harshini? Harshini, can you answer? Krishna, can you answer? Musical wives. Very good. Very good, Jashwant. See, action dot payload dot token. It's very easy. It is fine. Very easy. So payload is having your data, your response. Your response means this response, guys. This response you have. Fine. In that, I am taking out the token. What is the confusion, Krishna, over here? Okay. Then tell me state dot is authenticated should be what? True or false? When you are getting the user value, what do you want? Is authenticated, it should be true or it should be false? Tell me, Tara, Atharva, Jashwant. Very good, Samarth. Samarth creation. Very good. What about others? Yes, Pooja. Very good. True, true, true. Yes, yes, true. Atharva. Thank you. Krishna. True. So like this, please engage, guys. So yes, state dot is authenticated will become true. Fine. Yes, Mahima. True. Thank you, Tara. True. Yes, it is true. Okay. Now, if you are getting the response and if everything you are updating it, do you need the loading state to be true or do you need the loading state to be false? What it should be? True or false? Okay, please YouTube somebody please reply. You're from GoToMeeting. Next question you reply. Anybody from the YouTube please reply this question. State dot is loading will be true or false over here. Do you want to be in the loading state? Yes or no? And if you are getting the data, false. Nice answer. False. Fine. Then next question goes to the go to community. State dot is error. Sorry, is error or state dot error? Sorry, state dot error only I have written. State dot error should be what? This question goes to the go to community. What should be the answer? Okay. YouTube community is giving me the answer. What about GoToMeeting, guys? We are behind. Thank you, Mahima. Thank you, Pooja. That is correct. And if you are have understood this, what I have done and what I have repeated, now everything is the repetition. What is everything? Everything is a repetition now. Set loading, again the same thing we have done. Set user, same thing. See, repetition. If you are getting the response, based on their response, how your initial state will behave, or how your initial state will be there, how you are going to update those initial state, that's what Redux is doing. And if you have, see, you write it from your own this thing, correct? I think now you have understood your Redux. And Redux, that is not very hard. Configuration is hard. Configuration is hard. But once you understand the configuration, nothing is much easier than this. Tell me, did you understand or not, guys? Any doubt over here? Any doubt over here? Fine. Now, one more thing is remaining over here, that we have to, what I have written, we have to store the token in the local storage, correct? Fine. Here we have only taken the token and we are saved inside Redux, but we have to save actually inside our local storage. Fine. So for that, we have to write if action.payload dot token is there, fine, then what you have to do, then you have to write local storage dot set item. Fine, local storage dot set item, and the key value I will write what, token. Key value I will write what, token, comma action dot payload dot token. As simple as it. Here we have set the item, here we have get the item. See, if you want to set, you write set item. If you want to take the out the token, you write get item. Okay, fine. Next up, you only tell. Fine. Next thing only you tell. If I write set error, now in what conditions the set error will should work? On what conditions the set error should be a function, guys? Tell me. When the set error will come? Tell me. Okay. When you are getting not the correct response, when you are getting an error dot response dot error, when you are getting a response error response, correct, then only this error should run. Acha, what do you want? If the error response should come, do you want to crash your website? Suppose the error, you are getting a response, suppose an API is broken and you are getting an error response, What do you want? Do you want your website to be broken? Nobody wants their website to be broken. Instead of that, only I can write a message. What message I can write in the response? That okay, something went wrong. You have seen in so many websites, if something is not working, they only write something went wrong or 404 error. Like these messages we need to keep. So for that, we don't want to break the UI, but we need to take the data. If you are getting the wrong response, fine. If you're getting the error as a response, so that time what we have to do, that time guys, tell me what we have to do when we are getting errors. What are the things that we need to write it? Okay, so let me write. So I will write like state dot error will be what? Action dot payload. Fine. Error will be what? Action dot payload. Okay. Then state dot is loading will be still false, because error you got no. Error you got no. Why you will keep on the loading stage? You got an error. You should display an error. Okay. Now let's write for logout, guys. Logout. When you log out, what should happen? And do we need an action over here? What should happen when you log out? Tell me. Okay, nice, Tara. Excellent answer. Yes, very good, Samarth. Excellent answer. A state error should be in response error message. Yeah, yes, correct. Yes, correct. Now, Atharva, please answer for the logout. No one from the go to meeting? Fine. Okay. So over here, we don't, first of all, we don't need action because logging out does not give us any response. So we don't need any action. What we have to do is that state.user make it what? Null, because you are logging out. Now no information should be there with the browser. Fine. State dot token, guys. Okay. State dot token also should be what? Null value. No tokens. Fine, no tokens. Okay. Otherwise, what will happen? You log out. Somebody without logging in can take your data. Fine. Can access your data. Okay. State dot is authenticated will be what? False. Correct? False. State dot error. State dot error will be what? Null. Fine. And one more thing. In the local storage, if you remember, you have kept your token. So we have to remove from there also. So local storage dot remove. Fine. dot remove item, and that item is what? Token, the key value, the token key value. After all this, what will happen? You will be getting logged out. So when the logout, when we click on the logout, these things actually will happen. So what? Clear all auth, clear all auth, fine, auth state, and remove token from local storage. Nice, nice answer, guys. Next, like I'll write for you, update favorites. So if you remember, we have a something favorites over here. So that we need to update. So for you, I'm writing. So that also is an API call, state action. Okay, state action like this. If state dot user is there, then means if you are, if any user is there, then what we have to do? State dot user dot favorite, fine, dot favorites, fine, is equal to action dot payload. Very easy enough. Okay, next up, when you want to clear the error, so clear error, what do you want? You want just a state over here. Okay, state dot error is equal to what? You keep it what? Null. Functionalities, fine. And then now what you have to do? Export const, fine, all the functionalities and the reducers what you have written, export those, fine, and is equal to, you have to write export const everything as an auth slice dot ready actions. These are the actions which is going to be taken place. So auth reduce, auth slice dot actions. So what you have written, suppose set loading you have written, correct, set user you have written, fine, set error you have written, fine, log out you have written, okay, clear error you have written, fine, and then update favorites you have written, fine. Everything is an action, and now these things actually will be useful for any component. You have exported these functionalities, these actions, so component can call these actions, beneficial for them. Okay, and for the store we have to write export default, fine, export default auth slice dot reducer. Export default auth slice dot reducer. This is for the store, fine. In the store, guys, if you remember, in the store you have written a reducers, correct, fine. So here that reducer will come. What you have to write the auth, means whatever the name you have written over here now, if you remember, whatever the name you have written, that name you have to write, specify, and then you have to write auth reducer, fine. Okay, and then you have to import it actually. So import auth reducer from dot forward slash slices forward slash auth slice. Okay, any doubt guys over here? Anyone has any doubt? Guys, any doubt over here? In Krishna, in the LMS, we are uploading the recordings. Don't you have an LMS access? Yes, we are uploading the recordings. See over here, day 21. We have uploaded every recordings. Fine. Yeah, like this recording will come. These are again YouTube recordings. You don't have the access. Please, guys, if you have any doubt, do ask me. Otherwise, I will give you an homework. So in the chat, I have shared you the link. What you have to do, you have to go and directly go for the forget password, Krishna. Okay. Once you go for the forget password, you have to write the email ID which you have given while registering to this website, to this course, to this internship. Fine. Guys, so auth slice I have written, you have to write the song slice. Okay, you on your own. If you have understood, you have to write the song slice, and this is your homework. Fine, this is your homework. So please, in the tomorrow's class, please those who will write the song slice will comment. Can comment on this. Can comment over there on the live class in the YouTube and in the GoTo meeting also. Fine. Please try to write your song slice. Fine. Meanwhile, let's write the side menu, guys. Let's work on the UI part a little. Okay. So what we have to do now in the UI part, let's close everything over here. And in the full stack music player front end application inside the src, let's create a layout, new folder. Let's create a layout over here. Fine. Layout as a folder. Inside this layout, fine, we will have three layouts: sidebar, main area, and the footer. So let's start with the sidebar or side menu over here. .jsx. Okay. We'll write rafc. Fine. Side menu rafc. Okay, just 1 second. Okay, so in tomorrow's session, I will give you everything, the CSS and the static codes and everything will give you. There only we will help you to build the front end with that. Fine. So all the CSS, in see no point of writing the CSS again. It will take a very long time. CSS, all the assets and everything, I will give you tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll upload it in the LMS. From there you can take it. Fine. So that will be the good time to start our to start writing the project. Fine. So not right now. Okay, let's complete this sidebar menu actually. Let's see how we have to write, and based on this every component we have to write it. Fine. Okay, so over here let's write it as an aside element. Sorry, with some class names. Fine, with some class name, that is side menu. Fine. Root. Okay, side menu root. Okay, then a div element with div element dot side menu dash header. Fine. Dash header. So guys, actually see, just you imagine this. Ki this side of the work we are doing. Okay, sorry, go to the home page. So this side of the work we are doing. So home, search, my favorite will come. The guest logo and everything will be coming over here. Okay, fine. Then we have the image of the WSA. Fine, that I will give you tomorrow. Okay, and then let's write the class name. Okay, so class names. Okay, side menu dash logo dash img image. Alternate name you can write like project logo. Sorry, and you can have any logo. It doesn't matter, like only this logo you have to write. You can have any logo. Okay, and one website I can show you for logo if you want. It's called logo ispum. Okay, what happened to this? See, logo ispum. So you will get n number of logos, and these are free logos. Fine, you can use any one of these logo, and you can also customize. You can also customize your logo. Okay, So logo editor like this. So if you want something different, you can write. If you want your text to be some another color like this, so you can use those colors like this. You can write, you can create on. If you want in the dark mode, how in the dark mode it is going to behave and everything. If you want dark, see in the dark how it is going to look like and everything, you can do it in this website. So here you can create your own logo and then you can use that logo. Fine. It will give you an SVG image. Okay. Then an H2 class, and we'll have some class name over here. Okay, so we'll have class name over here, and this class name will be side menu logo title. Fine, side menu logo title, and the name of the music. So I have written Synthesia. You can write anything you want. Fine. Okay, you can write anything. That is the name of the name of the product, a name of the music player. Then we have some navigation bar over here, which have some class names over here. In this class name, we have side menu dash nav. Fine. Side menu dash nav. Okay. I'll have an aria label. Now you know aria label is for whom? Fine. So we have some aria label, and that is main navigation. Fine. Main navigation over here. Okay. Then you have an UL tag with the class name of side menu nav list. Okay. Then an li tag. In this li tag, fine. In this li tag, so this first li tag is for the home. Okay. So if you go and recall this, always open this website for your reference. Home search favorite. Okay. Home search and favorite. So li tag over here. In this li tag, I will have a button. Fine. I'll have a button over here. In this button, I will write the class name over here as a side menu. Fine. Side menu dash nav dash button. Fine. And dash active. I'll write that active. Okay. Then we'll use the help of React icons. So I'll write AI. Fine. AI outline. See over here. Okay. So we want the home design, correct? We want something should look like this as a home. So this home screen. So over here, whatever you like, feel as it is showing you as a home. Fine. Wherever you see that, you can use it. Fine. So just let me check. Or you can write Control F, home. Fine. So see this home is coming, and this home is coming. AI outline home. This also you can use, and subsequently this home is coming. AI two tone home, and subsequently, so this one looks nice. That's what we are going to use. So just copy this line, okay, and just import this thing. Just two things you have to do. Fine, just two things you have to do. Okay, so I will write Windows V, that is my this one, AI outline home, and then over here Windows V, that is import AI outline from React icons, comma AI. Simple as that. And over here, let me write the class names as it accept the class names over here. That is side menu. Fine, that is side menu dash nav dash icon. Fine, dash icon. And the size, I will write size as 18. And then span button. Fine, span button, I'll write home. Fine, and then button and li completed. So this is for what? Home. Fine. Similarly I can create for another one, and similarly I can create for another one. Okay, fine. So this one will for home, then we have search, and then we have what? Favorites, or you can write my favorite. Fine. So over here you can write outline search. Okay, that will get imported directly, and outline home, outline search, and this one is outline hard. Fine. Okay, now see, now this thing I'm going to use inside our app.jsx. Instead of h1 over here, I would like to write a div over here. Fine. And class name, let me recall that class name. Actually, this some class name you can write over here. uh, Home page. Fine, home page root. Okay, and then you can write side menu, and that side menu will get imported over here. And let's see whether it is working or not, guys. So this is the front end over here. Okay, and see, like this it is coming. Although we don't have a CSS, like this it is coming. Fine. And one more thing over here you see is that we have front end written over here that we need to change. So what we need to do is that we need to go to our index.html. Fine, we need to go out to our index.html over here, and instead of writing here title is written front end, no, you will write music player. See, music player is coming. Okay, fine guys, I hope you enjoyed this session, you like this session, and you learned from this session. So musical vibes, can you please send all your queries inside discussion form? We'll take from there. Okay, so thank you guys for joining this session. I hope you learned something from this session, and please join tomorrow also for the interesting front end things. Okay. Good night, guys. Thank you, everyone. You can leave the session. And those who have doubt, please feel free to ask. Thank you, everyone. You can leave the session. When I will complete the project, no, after that, two weeks will be given you to submit the project. Fine. So that time you have to submit. Now, let me first complete the project, then you can submit it. Thank you, guys. Thank you. You can leave the session.